My name is Wacango. I'm an African mama and an African teacher, and I'm here to bring you content that will inspire you to learn. Learn with curiosity. And that's what today's episode is about, is how do you spark your curiosity? So what did you think about when you saw those walking feet at the beginning of this episode? Yes, these walking feet. Did you ask yourself questions?
I want to live a life of a free imagination. I want to work with people around this continent to make new exciting things, to make sci-fi things, and to make stories, and to make pictures. I want this generation of young parents to have their kids see Africans writing their own stories, painting their own stories.
That was Binyavanga Wainaina talking about his vision for his writing and his work in Africa. Sadly, Binyavanga passed away in 2019 at the young age of 48. But what we still have is his writings. And in his latest book, published last year posthumously, How to Write About Africa, I learned one of the ways of pursuing my curiosity and pursuing my imagination. In chapter 7, Jaga of Mathare Valley, he poses several questions. What do you know about how real Kenyans live? Do you believe what you read in the papers? Don't you know that 75% of people in Nairobi live in slums like Mathare? Have you ever been to one? By the time he was finished with me, I had to see Mathare for myself. So it started off with questions, and those questions sparked his imagination. And he did go to Mathare Valley and met an artist, Jaga, who painted the real life of what was going on in Mathare. From that chapter, I was inspired to pursue an interest that I've always had, but I started off with questions. So I've always been interested in athletics. That was me in 1987, marching to the Makerere University sports field to compete for the Kenya team. I ran 4x100 and we did win So I did pursue an interest I have, athletics. I asked myself many questions. Can I really do it now? Aren't I overweight? Who will train me? But all those questions have passed and I have new questions. But one thing I must say is that I am a masters athlete. I competed recently in the South African Masters Athletics Championships, and my team won the bronze in the 4x100 meters relay, women's relay. So I'm calling myself a masters athlete. I know I have a long way to go. I've just started this January, but I know I'm going to continue learning, and I look forward to sharing my journey with you. My journey as I learn to become a champion in my own race. How will you spark your imagination and your curiosity? Think about all your interests and then ask yourself as many questions as you can think of. And one question you must ask yourself: if I had no obstacles whatsoever, if nothing would stop me from pursuing my interest, what would I do? And to end this episode on curiosity, we'll listen to Binyavanga inspiring us to follow our imagination. No permission necessary.
I want to see a continent where every kind of person's imagination does not have to look for being allowed. Me, I'm an African and I'm a Pan-Africanist. I want to see this continent change.